know what that means? That means it's been a while since we've been back, guys. We're here with a new episode. And, it's just that time of year, right? Holidays are here. Schedules are changing around. Lack of episodes. So, all that good stuff. We're freeballing it today. I was like, you know what? It's been so long since we did one. I'm like, we're just going to talk about what we have been doing. But first, we did get an email. So, it's from the boy Mark. Thank you as always. His first question was, did we get anything for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? What are some deals that we got? He said he got a Switch and a bunch of games for that buy two get one free deals that were going on. Yeah, I mainly got like anime stuff. I got all the Naruto movies, the live action Gintama movie, got some manga, and that was kind of pretty much it. Video game wise, like I wanted to get Lost Judgment because it was half off. I'm like, you know what? I don't even know when I'm gonna even touch Judgment, so let me put that on the back burner because it'll go down in price eventually.
I didn't really get anything for Black Friday. I don't think there was many deals that I saw that were good. The only one I really saw was Neon City Records. They're the ones that sell like Macross 82.99 and Young Bay vinyls. They came out with like a picture vinyl for one of their compilation albums, and it looked really cool. And they're like, yeah, just use the code to take 15% off, but you can't use it on those vinyls that we just came out with. I was like, wow, okay. That's the only thing that caught my eye. Other than that, nothing for Black Friday. No.
I guess the only thing that I can say that I bought was I got Demon Souls and what else did I get? Hades. Yeah. So I got those two games.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Your hand's gonna start cramping, bro.
I've actually already played a decent amount of it.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that game actually. Like, it's a freaking great game.
Dude, I love the art style in it. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to get into the whole like packs of punishment thing, like the bounties.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So you already beat it that first time then?
Yeah, I've actually beat it twice so far.
Oh, dude, I only beat it once, and it took me like 6 to 8 hours in one sitting to beat it. I was like, whoa, that that took a while.
I beat a lot of bosses on my first try, but I'm not gonna lie, I always get stuck on like the third level with the two bosses simultaneously.
The Minotaur and that hero guy, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Theseus.
Yeah, Theseus, yeah.
See, I haven't even gone that far in that game yet, man.
What? How far have you gotten?
Dude, the furthest I've gotten was the beginning of the third area, and then I died.
Oh, Elysium.
Yeah, Elysium.
Yeah, the green one. Yeah, and that's only because I got a perk where I gain HP with each hit I do. Because if I didn't have that, I would have died like early on in the second level. I'm not good at that game. I really wish I was, but yeah, just roguelikes, I just have a hard time.
Honestly, what helped me, like, I'm just gonna give you one fat tip before we move on. Your best bet is just kind of discovering all the different gods and what they do specifically. Mm-hmm. The two primarily that helped me beat the game the first time is definitely, what's her name? Athena?
Oh, yes. Oh, Athena's sprint is so helpful.
Yeah, Athena's sprint, no matter what level or rarity it is, you should always get it, no matter what. Because you can just deflect anything that comes at you as you're dashing, and it's just the most helpful thing in the world. And then the other power, I would have to say, honestly, is Poseidon, because Poseidon has the power to like knock you back. So as long as you just like start mixing around like different boons and combos and stuff like that, you can just kind of pretty much make a build that that you can back away from. And I would also say, if you ever encounter a multiple choice room and you have an option to get the hammer, the Damascus hammer, just go for the hammer every time. Because what the hammer does is it allows you to change the way that your weapon works. My favorite weapon was the spear. So I always, Vasha or whatever it's called. I always like getting the ability where basically you can just hold the button and you can just keep jabbing it, but you don't do like the spin move or whatever, like the charge, which doesn't really matter because I don't really generally use like the specials for some weapons and stuff like that. I just kind of try to cheese it as much as possible.
I haven't used it yet, but I want to use that gun that you get.
I just I just used it. Yeah, the rail gun.
Yeah.
They just call it the rail, but it's really great, dude. Like I just beat the game with it. That was the other time I just beat it.
The bow and
And I
arrow
had
is
a-
really good too.
Yeah, I just unlocked aspects, so I'm going through that. I used the bow and arrow. I got pretty far, but I lost when it came to Theseus and the Minotaur.
Oh,
So that sucks.
gotcha. Like I did a couple of runs. After my first time beating it, there is a character that you can meet in Elysium, and he's like a forgotten hero, and one of the cool things that he can give you is the extra lives that you lost, and he fills it up completely. So I always do that whenever I get the chance to see him. It's hard to find him in Elysium. There's a certain way you need to go, and I cannot remember me. I just found him at random. But he's really good. And then sometimes you can fight the Minotaur before you do the double boss fight. And once you get him to very low health, he'll say, "All right, that was a good match. I'll see you for the real fight," or something like that. And he leaves. So when you fight Theseus and him at the same time, his health is already halved. But yeah, Hades is a really good time. The soundtrack to that game is amazing. And I can understand why it won so many Game of the Year awards.
Super Giant, they're amazing.
Yeah.
The only other game I really played from them was Transistor, but that game was stellar.
Yeah.
Highly recommend playing that one too.
What are
They also did Bastion, didn't they?
Yeah, they
They did Bastion as well. That was a good game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did play that one. That's right. The only one I haven't played is what's it called? Something Pyre, which is like some kind of soccer game or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, I see it. It's a party-based RPG in which you lead a band of exiles to freedom through an ancient competition spread across a vast mystical purgatory.
Yeah, Transistor is my favorite from there. Soundtrack's amazing, gameplay's great, and I really like Hades too. It's just been a long time since I played because it is on my Switch and I barely touch my Switch as it is now. So
I was saying like it'll cramp your hand just because of the fact that oh my god, it really cramps my hand when I play that game because I'm dashing and attacking at the same time. I'm like, oh my god, and the buttons are like right next to each other to dash and attack.
I don't know. It wasn't that much of a big deal for me.
Let's see. What other games did you guys get recently, or what have you guys beaten?
Recently for me on stream was Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. I was looking forward to that game. The only reason I played it now was because the physical came out, and I wanted to get the physical copy for the game. And it's a good time, man. My biggest surprise is that this is the studio's first game they've ever made. And I looked into it, and these people did the CG Majora's Mask movie on YouTube, if you remember that one. Like a long time ago, it blew up like on social media and stuff when it came out. But yeah, these guys have mainly only done stuff like commercials and stuff, CG things, shorts. And so that's like, it kind of makes sense why certain aspects play in the game. Like the CG cutscenes are great. They're pre-rendered, and it kind of makes more sense now because they're all about making sure it looks nice. And I think it's a fine game. It's fair for the most part for its price. I kind of wish there was just a little bit more stuff in there because it is kind of short if you're not going around and grabbing everything. Combat's pretty smooth. It's just Pixar Souls. That's really what it is. All the characters were great. The enemy designs were cool. The way some of the bosses transitioned into like their Dark Souls looking forms were great.
So they got that second health bar?
The first boss, real boss that you fight, you see him in his normal spirit form, and then he gets attached by all this corrupted roots that are nearby, and he turns into this giant wood creature, and it's like, oh, that was pretty cool. I fought this mini boss leading up to one of the final bosses, and he looks straight out of like a Dark Souls game, even the way he moves and stuff, with like his intro and like the way he exit out after you defeat him. It's like, oh yeah, that's just straight up Dark Souls. That's what Jerry kept saying when he was watching me play. Fun game, man. Not gonna lie. I like the combat. Sometimes it's a little buggy, but it's their first game, so it's understandable. I think it's definitely worth getting on sale. And man, I don't know. I was telling you heard me being frustrated yesterday, Oscar, with the last trophy I need. I have to beat it on master difficulty, and I was playing earlier, and I was just not doing it. It's gonna be pretty hard to go through that game. On the last difficulty, I was already struggling on normal, and now I gotta go like an even bigger level. It's gonna be crazy, but It's worth the time, man. Definitely.
I'm glad we're all playing new games and whatnot, getting into new series. Speaking about new series, kind of, you also beat Yakuza 3, 4, and 5, right?
Yeah, is it time we do our usual Yakuza update? I haven't touched 6 since I last touched it, so I'm still like the first hour in. Mm-hmm. And I think the last time... When was the last time I even talked about Yakuza? It was probably at the end of 4. So I thought 4 was alright. And I like 5. I think 5's pretty good, but 5 is really just 3 games in 1. And that's kind of my problem with it, because there's the main story, and then the game takes you out and puts you into the next section of the game. And I get it, it's for, pacing and balancing, and you want that anticipation of what the lead up is to the main story. But most of the time I kept thinking, man, I just want to go back to see what's going on with Kiryu, because that stuff was really interesting. And
I know, he's gone for like such a long time. Yeah,
I'm like, I like some of this stuff. I didn't care about other stuff that was happening. And to me, that kind of hurts the game more. I'm like, there's a lot in here. And yeah, like I said, this could just be 3 separate games, or like have like 2 smaller games come out first, and then those lead into Yakuza 5. And I think that could have been pretty cool too. But
the only thing that I'm excited for to get into Yakuza 6 is just going back to having that Dragon engine.
Yes.
It's gonna be nice to play with again.
Well, I'll tell you, 5 looks pretty good. It's crazy. It's the same engine as 0, but 5 just looks so much better. Maybe it's because they put this weird filter that kind of washes out the colors in 0, because it's like the 80s, and I could kind of get that. But yeah, just 5 just looks so good. And if you're not ready for that in 6, let me tell you, it starts in 5, because there was moments when I was playing 5, I'm like, I'm just gonna turn my controller off because everyone's just talking. Like, that was the game where they were like, oh, budget? Yeah, we're bumping it up super hard. Almost every dialogue scene has voice acting in it, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Oh, for 6?
For 5.
Oh, for 5, yeah.
Yeah. Which is crazy to me, because after 5 was 0, and 0 has like 4 different tiers of cutscenes. And I'm thinking, what happened with the budget? Like, did 5 not do as well? But a lot of people like 5, so I don't know.
I kind of know the plot for 5, so I can see why everybody would like that one the most.
I put like 80 hours into 5 to my surprise. I try to do all the side stuff. I really like the side stuff.
To me, that pretty much makes the game.
It does, yeah.
Generally, most of my save files are around that amount of time, like around up to 80 hours.
Mm-hmm.
In between 60 to 80 usually. I'm usually at 70 or 79.
Dude, Yakuza 3 had so many sub-stories.
But I didn't even do them. Like, I tried it. I feel like I really initiated most of them, but I never actually completed them. Dude, it was such a weird transition going from like the newer series games to just like the remaster. And then like, I know that like when you finish it, it'll usually just tell you that you get like what is like 1,000 XP or 3,000 XP or whatever.
Yeah.
But there was so many by the time that I was ready to actually go to Kamurocho. Like, I had probably initiated like over 20 or 30 at that point, but didn't even know if I had finished them all. I never finished leveling Kiryu up in that game. I would say that was the only one that I didn't get like a full chance to play through all the way.
Yeah, I will say for me, probably not the way I play is probably not the recommended. But yeah, I haven't done any sub stories since 3. No, yeah, since 3, and I only did 2 sub stories in 3 because I'm like 4 games in and doing the sub stories. Like, I do like them, but there's just so many that are the same exact sub story, the same type of thing, that it's like, I just don't want to keep doing this over and over again because I'm playing them back to back, which is, not how these games released. But I know there's really good ones that I want to play, but since the game doesn't tell you which ones they are, I'm like, I just not going to do them. Maybe when I beat the series, I could go back and just, scope them out. But what's really crazy to me is the completion time or the completion percentage for those games. Like with 5, I didn't do anything, right? I just did the main story, and I still put like 40 hours in that game, and the completion rate was just 5%. And I was like, this is insane. You're telling me 95% of the game is side content?
95% of it is playing Mahjong.
Yeah, like that's the crazy part.
Like, I'm sure there are videos. I'm sure we've talked about this like numerous times, but I'm sure that there are videos that'll like actually teach you how to play Mahjong, just so that way like you can actually get around to completing it off of the sub list and all this other stuff. But yeah. I don't have the energy to even try to learn, dude. Like, it's just gonna be like, to me, another. I don't know if you guys ever played. Grant, did you ever play Red Dead Redemption 2?
I'm still on Chapter 3. I haven't beaten it since it came out.
Going back to that game for a while, like, I was trying to do like all of the things that Arthur can do, like the little challenges, I guess is the best way to put it. And then they have one for gambling. So like, teaching yourself how to play like all the different games like blackjack and
that's actually how I learned how to play poker in real life.
Same, dude. Like it was really like eye-opening, just trying to get into that kind of like level of gaming, and I'm like, for Mahjong, I was like, I can't understand the fucking symbols on the fucking things. Like, I don't want to learn it, dude. Like, I'm sorry. And they have way too many hands. It's like twice as many hands as you would in like poker.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that manga, Grant, the Mahjong one with with like all the world leaders.
Was it Akagi? Oh no, I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, the one with Adolf Hitler, right?
Yeah, Adolf Hitler's back. He goes Super Aryan 3 and all that stuff.
Yep.
What the hell?
Yeah, so it's just a ridiculous manga where world leaders play Mahjong for the fate of the world, and just even reading them, and they explain how Mahjong works sometimes. And I'm like, I still don't understand what is even happening here. Like, I give up. I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy, like, the wackiness in here. But, yeah, I'm in the same boat. I don't think I could learn that stuff.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think how to say it. Is that one photo of Kiryu praying where it's just, like, me thanking God that I don't 100% the Yakuza games and I don't know how to play Mahjong? I can understand, like, 100%ing Kiwami 2 and 6 because you don't really need to play Mahjong, but the other ones, it takes so much time. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I started playing a little bit of Like a Dragon, and it plays like Dragon Quest. It's really good, but I wanted to take a break from it, from the Yakuza games, because I wanted to catch up on other games. So I decided to start replaying the Mass Effect games, because I bought the Legendary Edition back in May or June, and I didn't touch it. So I'm like, okay, I kind of want to replay them, So I've been playing 1. I played it a lot yesterday. I didn't go to bed till like 5 a.m. And I'm on Pharos right now. I went to Novaria and I went to Vermeer, but it's a blast from the past. I remember getting into Mass Effect way back in the day, like 2010, 2011. And then I pre-ordered and bought Mass Effect 3, and then you had that whole conundrum with, like, the ending. I was like, oh, oof. But, I want to play Mass Effect Andromeda, that's why. So I said, okay, let me play these games first. Let me replay them so I can, refresh my memory,
With the updated version that you're playing now, I heard that there were a lot of, like, quality of life enhancements, and even enhancements that, like, were basically making things functional that weren't even functional in the final releases for the original games.
Yeah, so the game that got the most improvements was Mass Effect 1. It looks a lot better, because I think Mass Effect 1 came out in like 2006, 2007. Yeah, so 14 years later, they improved a lot about it. There's a photo mode, which I think's really cool. And you can do a lot for that photo mode too. So if you want to buy the game, Danny, there you go, photo mode.
I do like me photo mode in games. That's kind of what sold me when I grabbed Demon Souls. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll grab it for photo mode.
Yeah, so if you want to do photos in Mass Effect, it's also a really good story. I think one of my most favorite quality of life improvements for Mass Effect 1 is that I can finally use the goddamn sniper rifle. Because what they did was, any sniper rifle that you had, there was so much sway to it. You could not aim right with it. So no one used the sniper. And, yeah, you can finally use it. I don't think it's 4K, I think it's HDR. Because, when I play it, on the top right of my screen, on my TV, for games, it'll say, 4K setting right now, or it'll say auto HDR. So that's what it's saying for Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition. I have not played 2 yet, but I want to import my save from the first one. I'm actually playing as Femshep. I've never played as her before. It's really good, and I think it's worth the money. You're getting 3 games in one, and Mass Effect 1 is basically remastered. I recommend it. I just feel bad because of what happened after 3, and then they made Andromeda, and that one was okay. It wasn't the best, but I still want to play it. And then they're teasing about making another Mass Effect game. And then Amazon was in talks of making a Mass Effect TV show, which would be very interesting.
You mean Star Trek?
Mass Effect? Yeah.
Isn't it just basically Star Trek?
It's basically Star Trek RPG, yeah.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 2, though, is the best in the entire series.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, it was... I want to say it's considered like one of the best games ever made. It's weird, because when I got the game, I got the Steelbook edition from Best Buy, and it came with 2 discs. You got the play disc and the install disc.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You don't need the install disc, though. Like, you can just use the first disc, and then you can install the other games.
Well, doesn't Xbox, doesn't it just download a digital copy of the physical disc so you don't have to put the disc in for games?
No,
Isn't that a thing?
So, I think it just depends on the size of the game, but I found out the reason why that they have that second disc is for people that don't have internet. So, you only really need the first disc because you can download all 3 games from the first disc. The second disc is if you're playing offline. That's really it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which I think is cool. More accessibility.
Yeah, I remember that was brought up with the Spyro Remaster Trilogy. Mm-hmm. Because not all 3 games were on the disc. Only the first 2 and part of the 3rd game. And then when you install it, you have to download the rest from the internet. But if you don't have internet, then you can't play the last game.
Damn. That's weird.
And that's only physical?
Yeah, that was for the physical version. Yeah.
See, this is why you always get digital.
Yep.
Yeah, well, but if you don't have internet, how are you going to download it?
Speaking about other games, I have been playing Halo Infinite.
Yo, do you have that Ronin armor already?
I do.
Yo, that's tits, man. That's tits, man.
Oh, man. You gotta hear the complaints I have about it, Halo Infinite, and some of the praises I have about it, too.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite, the multiplayer itself, it's really slick. It's very fast-paced. It is very nice. It is really good. It's fun. I like playing it. New weapons, the customization. It's good. It's fun. I haven't had this much fun in a Halo game since Halo Reach, Halo 3. It's a good time. Oh my god, but the fucking Battle Pass.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing I've been hearing about that Battle Pass.
You want to level up your Spartan? You can only level them up by completing challenges for the Battle Pass, not by winning or losing games. They updated it.
Yeah, I was going to say they did update, right?
Yeah, when it first came out, I was like, oh no, 343, what are you doing? And I realized, they're doing this because the game's free to play. They're getting all the money from microtransactions. Yes, I bought the Battle Pass, but I'm not spending $25 on armor and a color spray for my Spartan. Like, fuck that. It is a grind for that battle pass. But what you can do to make it easier is for an extra $5-10, you can buy the premium battle pass, which is, you automatically level up the first 25 levels.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that's a thing. I think Destiny 2 has that, doesn't it, Oscar? Like, you could just buy, like, one level for the battle pass.
Yeah, you're able to, one level is equivalent to 100 silver. And I think that in Destiny, you get 500 silver with $10. I don't really know all the math on that shit, but it's not a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a lot. Sorry. It is a lot.
Yeah. I think, I don't know if Fortnite did something like that, but I do know, like, that's part of the new meta with battle passes, too, is that you could just buy some of that stuff just to make it easier. And it's like, yeah, it's just the new wave of microtransactions, which really sucks.
Yeah, it's like, I don't like it. If I want to level up quicker, I gotta buy myself a Rockstar and get a double XP from the lid.
Yeah.
I've told my girlfriend, I'm just like, babe, can you go to Chipotle? They're doing this deal where if you get a meal and you put in Halo 117 for the code, if you buy online, you get challenge swaps.
That's great.
Oh my god. But the Battle Pass barely has anything. It's just double XP and challenge swaps. It's ridiculous.
Man, that's worse than when Apex launched their battle pass.
Dude, like, one of the skins when you get to, like, level 90, it's called Declassified. It's just a different shade of gray. It's just a different shade of the default skin. I'm like, what the fuck? Some of these challenges, they got really hard. They had to change them. Like, one of the challenges, for example, was you had to kill 3 enemies with grenades as a passenger in the Warthog. I'm like, what the fuck?
I heard about that one. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and some of the new weapons are really cool, but one of the weapons, for example, is called the Ravager. You might as well call it the Tickler, because it doesn't do any fucking damage. Like, what the hell is this? It's just an area of effect thing. If you charge the weapon up and shoot it at the ground, it's kind of like lava on the ground, but it just hits them. But some of the other weapons are cool. Like, Oscar, do you remember the Mauler in Halo 3?
Remind me what it looked like?
It looked like a revolver, but it had like a drum magazine, and it had like 8 shots, and you could dual wield it.
Yes, I do.
So they have a weapon in there called the Ravager that looks like the Mauler, but there's a big-ass blade on it. So what people do is you shoot them once, you hit them, then they're dead. It's just, boom, dead.
I've seen that weapon. Yeah.
So that's a cool weapon. The Javelin. Oh my god, that's such a good weapon. It just shoots a fucking spear. And, some of the new medals are really cool. For example, there's this one medal where if you get the grappling hook and you, hijack an enemy with the grappling hook like a ghost, but if you're on the ghost and you kill the enemy that's trying to hijack you, you get a medal called Windshield Wiper.
Mm.
And then there's another one, with one of the equipment that you can use, it's a repulsor where you, like, push enemies back. Or if an enemy shoots a rocket at you, you use the repulsor and it shoots the rocket back at them. So you get a return to sender, but if you push them off the map, you get a medal called Mind the Gap.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's a lot of medals for different things, and I think that's really cool. Some of the vehicles are cool, like you have the Wasp, which is basically like Halo Infinite's version of the Hornet, if you remember from 3.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot, unfortunately.
It was one of the aerial vehicles you could use. The Banshee's back. Scorpion's a classic. Oh, the Chopper's back too. The brute motorcycle.
Mm.
Yeah, that's back. That's really good. Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff, and the campaign comes out in 3 days, and I'm excited. What they're doing is, if you're a monthly Games Pass subscriber, you get some bonus content for it too, which I think is really cool. Oh, the biggest complaint, a big complaint that I have, thanks to fucking Rainbow Six Siege, they have little charms now. You know those like little keychains you can put at the side of your weapons. Yeah, those are in Infinite now. But it is free to play. If you ever get the chance to, I recommend playing it. It's on Games Pass too, so. But what's cool is that the Battle Pass does not expire.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about that.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, that season's over? No, your Battle Pass is still going on. The theme for this Battle Pass is the Heroes of Reach. So, like, every 20 levels, you get a skin for your Spartan based off one of the characters, like Carter, George, Kat.
Oh, the 6? One of the 6?
Noble
the
6,
Nobles?
Yeah. So I already have Carter and June unlocked. The next one is Kat, and then you have Emil.
So you
That's
basically get everybody except for 6.
6 is the one you first start with, level 1.
Oh, you start with 6?
Yeah, Noble 6.
Oh, I think that makes sense, though, because he is technically you, and you are just, like, some customizable Spartan.
Yeah, they're Mark 7 Spartans now. What they're gonna do is, some of the developers have talked, they're trying to talk, I mean, they're in a group talking about it, but they want to bring other modes like Fiesta, they want to bring SWAT back, Griffball, and I'm just like, why weren't these here to start with? And the reason was because the less playlists you have, the quicker it is for people to join a match. And a lot of people are getting pissed off with the crossplay. They're getting pissed off with PC players, calling them cheaters. I think it's funny. They're not really cheating. PC does have the advantage with mouse and keyboard.
Tell you, man, PC's always a different game.
Exactly. So it's like, people want 343 to add the option to turn off crossplay, but 343 is just like, okay, just report cheaters instead. People are just like, no, just fucking add this, Like, I don't want to crossplay with PC. So you unlock this really cool Samurai Spartan armor. The event, it was only 1 week, and it's coming back in January. You can only get stuff from that event by completing event-specific quests for the Battle Pass on that playlist. So it's like, oh, you want to unlock this piece of armor for that event? You need to get 5 kills with this weapon on Fiesta Slayer. Which is the event, basically. The game mode for that event. So it's like, I got to like level 20. I think there's like 100 levels with really cool armor. The event ended, and it's like, yeah, we're coming back. The event's coming back in, January. Because they want people, they stop the events, they do a part 2 of it so people can come back to it.
Do you come back where you left off, or do you have to start over?
You come back where you left off. It saves your progress. But it's like, the event I should be able to unlock this, instead of just waiting months for it to pop up again, Someone did say, if you want 343 to stop this, speak with your wallets. Stop buying fucking cosmetics, Fortnite, what they did was revolutionary, but at the same time fucked up the gaming industry, with the whole Battle Pass thing. Like, the end of this year has been really bad. Especially, like, Call of Duty Vanguard, Battlefield 2042. A lot of people were getting upset, and then Halo Infinite came out. Thank you, Pringles, for leaking the date.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep. Pringles is the true prophet. I was gonna say. Yeah, Halo Infinite came out, and people are just like, oh my god, it's so better. But the Battle Pass, it's the fucking Battle Pass, that's all it is. Fix that, and we're set. I was gonna say about this whole meme with Halo Infinite are, Pepsi Spartans. So what people are doing is, they'll get that samurai armor that they have, and they have these, MLG skins that you can buy in the store, but one of them is free. and it's red, white, and blue, and it looks. You think it's like, oh, it's the U.S. flag. It's like, no, it looks. This Spartan looks like a fucking can of Pepsi.
Pepsi Man.
Yeah, Pepsi Man. Yep. Do you remember? You know Oddball, right? The game mode where you have to hold that skull to get points.
Yeah.
If you hold it and hit someone, it's not a one-hit kill anymore.
Wait, one more time. Run that back by me.
When you're holding the Oddball, the skull, and you melee someone with the skull, it's not a one-hit kill. I think it should be a one-hit kill.
Oh, it's a 2-tap now, right? I think I saw Charlie. Yeah, I saw Charlie do that.
Yeah. If you hold the ball...
It was one hit back in the day, though, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
If you hold the ball for longer than a minute, you get a medal called Straight Up Ballin'. A lot of people are excited for the campaign, and I can't wait. And I'm very glad that I was able to play Halo Wars 2 before this all came out, because a lot of the main villain in Halo Infinite is from Halo Wars 2, and he's pretty badass. He's really legit.
Oh, so you get a recurring villain, huh?
I know, right?
Let me ask you this, because I'm pretty sure that you already answered the question earlier when you were talking about what the theme for the season is called, but they didn't immediately give you an option to switch to the Covenant race, right?
No.
You're only able to be a Spartan, right?
Only Spartans, yep.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a feature. I don't know if they're going to make it a feature that you have to pay for, but I feel like that's definitely going to be something that they're including or saving for later, because I guess like they might make a season based solely off the Covenant or Flood or whatever.
Dude, when the campaign comes out, there's going to be no Forge and no split screen until next May. Yeah, I know. No co-op campaign. I'm like, what the fuck? Halo Infinite, it's a wild ride. I play it every day because so they updated it to where you can earn more XP just by playing matches. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. At first, it was you win 50x experience for playing a match. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's 1,000 XP to level up in the battle pass. Someone was just like, you gotta play about 20 matches. So what they did instead is, it resets every day. The first match that you, complete is 300 XP. Then the next 2 matches are 200 XP. Then the next 2 matches, then the next 3 matches are 100 XP. Then after that it's 50. So if you have that double XP going on, you're in for a good time. Yeah.
That's a lot better than what Battlefield does. They'll just give you like the 10K for your first match of the day, and then everything else is just up to you.
Yeah. I don't even want to touch Battlefield 2042. I wanted to get it, and I told myself I'm going to wait a month. And now it's like one of the worst rated games on Steam right now.
I went back to it after update number 3, and so far I haven't seen a lot of issues that I was normally upset about. My main issue was that I didn't have the ability to basically play single player for a while. Just trying to like work on like basically where I would want to go, like for certain levels, certain covers, what guns I would want to use, and then like leveling those guns up. Like it wouldn't let me do that. It was basically like loading me up into the game, but as I load into the game, all of your options at the bottom before you can deploy are blank. They're gone. They just disappear. And the game loads by itself. The cutscene starts for the war and all that other stuff, but then you're not able to actually deploy yourself. You're just like permanently stuck in the deploy map. And I've had to quit so many games, both multiplayer and single player. Since the update, I honestly had probably played maybe like an hour or 2, and so far I didn't encounter any errors like that. But I would definitely agree with you. As of right now, definitely do not purchase it. Don't put your money into it right now until it's 100% fixed, and then I will definitely let you know, because it is a good game.
We did some other stuff besides gaming. Me and Grant, we went to the Young Bay show. If you don't know who that is, he's a future funk artist, and he did a tour recently. and he hit up LA with Vantage, Macross, and Night Tempo. And man, that show was crazy.
Dude, he's got that crazy white boy energy.
He really does, dude. Like my favorite part of the show was the fact that it got brighter and louder each set.
Yeah, they also did a meet and greet too. We were the first ones in line.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy because we only got there like an hour after, or an hour before the meet and greet started, and there was nobody there. I'm like, what are the people doing? Don't they know like how this works?
But yeah, no, I've seen Night Tempo before, and Young Bae before too. But it was my first time seeing Macross and Vantage live. I was very excited to see Macross because if it wasn't for Macross, I wouldn't have gotten into Young Bae, Vantage, Night Tempo. Like, he was my gateway into Future Funk. I remember getting off the bus back in like 2013, 2014, and finding Sailor Wave. Like, that was a good album. And now I finally see him live. I'm like, whoa, we did it, Reddit. I got Macross to sign one of my vinyls that I ordered a million miles away. I bought a lot of stuff at the merch table because Future Funk merch is very rare. I was very surprised though with Vantage when he was playing. He played Michael Jackson's Off the Wall, and then it turned into Enjoy Yourself by St. Pepsi. I was like, yes!
But hey, while we're talking tours, man, next year we're so hyped that the boys from EXO, not EXO K-pop, but EXO hip-hop, right, Bill, Raph, Square, etc., they announced their tour. And we're gonna go on the April one, and I'm hell of excited, man.
Santa Ana, baby. April 2nd. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, and with that, they dropped a new song, and then Bill dropped an album, which is great. It's
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it's a very personal album for him with everything that went on in his life recently, and it's a heavy one.
Kira Buckland. There's her too. I forget.
Yeah, shout out to her, man. She announced that she is gonna be the voice for Jolene, and all I can say is hell yeah.
I actually saw like a super super small snippet and I believe I heard her voice on Netflix earlier when I was queuing up Seinfeld. They were showing the part with which to me, I'm not sure that I personally would have been the one to green light previewing the Whitesnake interrogation room part as the part that people like look into when you're trying to watch the series, you know? Like, you know, you're at like Netflix and like you hover over something and it'll play something for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, that's basically the scene that they were playing, and I'm sure, absolutely sure, as if a lot of people who read part 6 was like, yeah, when this part gets animated, people are definitely gonna have something to say about this.
I like the memes going around where she's with her lawyer and it's just like, dog, look at my lawyer, I'm going to jail.
I got this Tom Cruise looking ass. I'm not making it, dude.
You see the one where they're talking in between the screen and the lawyer is Phoenix Wright?
Yeah, that one's great.
Yeah,
it's Phoenix Wright from the anime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have seen that one. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, so I need to watch that soon. It's pretty crazy that we got all 12 episodes off the bat. I thought they were going to do one a week because that's what they're doing with Komi-san right now. Yeah, and I gotta say, if you haven't seen it yet, Komi-san, it's great as an anime. Like I didn't expect them to do what they're doing, but it's perfect. Highly recommend watching it.
I want to watch it thanks to you, Danny. I want to read it first. I want to read everything before I watch it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I read the beginning of Komi-san, but I thought it did a good job doing what it was doing.
Let me see. That's good. I watched a little bit of the Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I did too.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're gonna disagree with me. I think it's a fun time. You don't take it seriously.
Okay, so
no fighting.
How many episodes are you in?
I think I want to say 3 or 4.
Okay. Yeah, I stopped at 3. So my main problem with the show is that it's Cowboy Bebop. Because Jet's the only guy in that show that really feels like who he's supposed to be from the manga or from the anime. everybody else just feels like it doesn't feel like Spike. It definitely doesn't feel like Faye. And then don't even talk to me about Ed. Like, oh my god. But
he looks like he comes from a '90s Sega Dreamcast commercial.
It's so bad. Like I don't know if you saw it, Grant, but there's that clip. There's the Seinfeld Cowboy Bebop clip.
Oh no!
Have you seen this, Oscar?
I don't think so. No,
I'm gonna share it in the chat because it's almost scary how 1-to-1 this is to Seinfeld. Like it's this might be the episode you're actually on, Grant. It's like Faye's wearing a red dress, right? When she goes to that party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's from that episode, and they just added all the laugh tracks from Seinfeld. And I gotta tell you, man, it's like I get it. I get the writing. It's like, yeah, this would be fine if it wasn't Spike and the rest of the gang from the Bebop. Like I would be more open to it, but yeah, I'm just really not feeling the show. And I'm not gonna finish. I'm just done with 3 episodes.
Oh my god, this really is a Seinfeld episode. I like it because I know it's bad. I think it's a fun time if you don't take it seriously.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fun. That's what I like about it. It's fun.
I just think it's the selling point for them was, hey, this isn't the Cowboy Bebop that you grew up with, so don't expect that. But then they also say that, they respect the material and stuff, and I don't feel like they really understood what Cowboy Bebop was as an anime compared to this.
John Cho, I think he does a really good job of Spike. He played as oh my god.
Oh, that's right. He was Jet's actor was the villain in Luke Cage season 1. Or no, season 2.
He was also oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue. He's one of the officers.
He's Harold.
That's right.
He's Harold from Harold and Kumar.
Harold Kumar, and then he also plays one of the officers from Star Trek, the 2008 movie.
Yeah, he's in the movies.
Oh yeah, he's Sue. Yeah, he's Sulu, right?
Yeah, Sulu. There we go. That's his name. He's Captain. He's Sulu. Yeah.
Was it George Takei's character, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think John Cho pulls off the Spike really well. I do like the actor for Jet. I think he does a good job of playing Jet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. He also has like his voice is like almost 1-to-1.
Yeah, he's got it down. I was surprised. One thing I do like about this show is that there's more backstory for Spike and the Syndicate that he used to be in.
Yeah, well, see, that's the problem for some hardcore fans is that's not what we needed in this show. Like I know Vicious is like in every episode, and Wooly talked about it on the podcast. He's just like, yeah, that's not good. That's not a good move. Like it's better when it's sparse and far in between.
Yeah,
we didn't really see much of Vicious in the actual series.
Yeah, I think the ratio is like only 6 episodes involve Spike in his past.
Yeah, right. There's a meme about it where someone said Vicious in the live-action Cowboy Bebop looked like Geralt got into cryptocurrency.
Yeah, he looks a little wacky there.
Geralt owns NFTs. Oh, man.
Yeah, so again, I think if it wasn't involving those characters, I would probably like it more.
Like I said, I'm not taking it too seriously, so I think it's fun. I'm not excited for Ed though.
Oh yeah, no. You haven't seen it yet, right? The clip? No. Okay, yeah, just get ready. That's
all right.
Oh, you're talking about I know what you're talking about. You're talking about I think Ed comes in at the end though. Mm-hmm. Like you won't see Ed until the very last episode and like the last couple minutes of the last episode or some shit. I did see on Tiger Belly.
Yeah, he showed up on there, huh?
Yeah, it was a really great episode. I really liked it.
Nice.
So one exciting thing that I did see, actually just earlier today, was there is speculation on what they're doing for like the PlayStation subscription.
Yeah,
PlayStation Now.
Yeah, their version of Games Pass.
So I think for now, I don't want to say that anything is too determined or like anything's set in stone, but I'm just like going off speculation from what I've read.
Yeah.
But what they're saying is they're basically going to split PlayStation Plus into 3 different tiers, and people would pay for like obviously the privileges of those different tiered subscriptions. So like the base tier is just going to be the regular tier for what PlayStation Plus does, which is just multiplayer games and like all that other stuff. The next tier is supposed to include like the PS4 and PS5 free and monthly games. So like the PlayStation Plus games that come with it. And I think the final tier is basically going to incorporate PlayStation Now into it. Mm-hmm. And it's also going to incorporate like all like a library of classics that come back.
Yeah, I heard like, it was like what, PS1 and 2, right?
It's like classic PS1, PS2, and I'm not exactly sure about this, but I'm thinking that they might actually develop resources into like scaling PS Vita games or PSP games.
Yeah, I heard the PSP part. That's right.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that they might incorporate some resources into scaling those games so they can be playable, like from your PS4 or PS5. But other than that, I don't know. Like I'm really excited, but one thing I'm not really looking forward to, and I kind of wanted your perspective from this, Grant, because you've already been used to that platform because Xbox already offers something like that, with Game Pass and then just the regular subscriptions that they have. Uh-huh. Like how would you feel really about having to learn that there's more that you have to pay for, or if you don't feel like the price is already worth it to you now, if that makes sense? I feel like to me, like as PlayStation is offering this to me, my biggest worry is just really not knowing if what I'm paying for now is going to include the features that I want, or if I have to pay more just to get it. You know what I mean?
I like my Games Pass Ultimate.
My stance on it is, I think it's okay as long as Plus is still separate, because I think PlayStation Now is cool because the fact that we have all those PS3 games on there, and especially with the scare of the PS3 store shutting down. But yeah, that's just too many games to play, and I already have a huge backlog, so I'm not touching that anytime soon unless there's a game that I really want to play on there. And I think it was last year they just they cut the price in half for Now, so now it's $60 instead of $120 a year. So I can see this kind of being like their next move, because all the talk right now lately has been like, when is Games Pass going on PlayStation? Like, people want it on there.
Yeah, so I think they're done adding more games to backwards compatibility, but you can still play like a 360 disc on the One or the Series X if you want to play your older games. But I think they just did an update for the last ones, and Red Dead Revolver was one of the last games, which I think was really cool. That's the prequel to all the Red Dead games. But that one's more linear. That one's not open world.
Yeah, I see that on sale.
Yeah, it's like it's a railgun, isn't it?
I think it's a railgun. You might be right.
Yeah, they have that game a lot on sale for PlayStation. I see it all the time on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah. It's a third-person shooter with a linear storyline, yeah. I'm just glad. Oh yeah, they added Blinks the Time Cat.
Heck yeah,
fucking
man.
Microsoft's version of Spyro.
Hell yeah.
Do you remember a game? I think it was by Rare. It was called Vex. Do you remember that game?
Yeah, Vex. Yeah.
Vex.
Yeah, dude. Vex, bro. Oh,
Vex is a dope ass game, bro. I never finished that game.
Yeah, Vex is something else, man. He's the he is edgy mascot looking character for that generation.
Oh, the Yif Wolverine dude.
Yeah. It's actually from Acclaim, not from Rare. But
fucking Vex.
Yeah, I remember Matt McMuscles was brought him up recently, or not recently, on one of his videos back in the day. Oscar, they just announced for Strive, Biken is coming in.
Hell yeah!
They gave her an updated look. She's got like this like a goggle over one of her eyes.
Oh, she doesn't have the same model that she was gonna have in Samurai Warriors.
Samurai Showdown, you mean? No,
Yeah, Samurai Showdown.
no, because that's based off of her Exer 2 moveset.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, she's coming out next month. Nice. Oh, dude, you see they announced Black Dahlia for Skullgirls?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I told you she was gonna be one of those characters. Hold on.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I need to hop on that season pass already.
Season ass.
It's like $30.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like 4 characters.
$30. What'd you need $20 for?
Yeah, I could give you $10, but I don't know about 5.
$3?
Hey, Jump Festa is this month to promote all this stuff coming out next year for Shonen Jump titles. There's going to be a Black Clover movie, apparently, so that's pretty cool. And then supposedly, Chainsaw Man Part 2 is happening next year alongside the anime. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, like I didn't think it was going to happen, Part 2, because it's like it's just been so long, and I'm like, I kind of don't want Part 2. It depends what Fujimoto does with the series, but either way, like I'm going to check it out for sure. Oh, and then there's a rumor, Oscar, that I think is interesting.
Seinfeld's coming back.
No,
I'm kidding.
it's about Fire Punch, and the rumor is they're going to announce at Jump Festa that they're going to make Fire Punch into a movie series.
Oh, I can see them making it into a movie series.
Yeah,
yeah, because there's definitely a lot of parts that they can congest into different 90-minute segments.
Yeah, I think they could easily a trilogy, but if there has to be a 4th movie, that could be plausible too. And now the curious part is, what is it going to be though? Animated, CG, live action? Like, what are they going to do? Because that's really going to determine the quality of what they could do with Fire Punch. So yeah, I'm excited for Jump Festa, seeing what all this news is going to be coming out with. Did you guys see the Spider-Verse teaser? Holy shnikes, that thing is hype.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, man.
No, I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, so it's for Spider-Verse 2, which got the official title Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. They hit 11, right? The last movie was like a 10, this one's an 11, with just the visuals. It's insane. I can't wait. October next year.
I really hope Cosmic Spider comes, but I know he's probably not going to come until Part 2.
Yeah.
Like, he has to come. Like, they're all going to come. Cosmic Spider. When Cosmic Spider comes, it's over, bro.
Yeah, he'd be great. You want to talk about some shit? Let me tell you. Jerry can yell too, because he knows what I'm gonna bring up, man. We saw in theaters opening night Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, man.
How was it?
Dude, it was awful.
Oof.
Yeah, the best way I can describe this movie, Adam said it when we left the theater. He's like, man, this was like a fan film of RE1 and 2. And the way I looked at it was, this feels like just a cutscene compilation on YouTube. And that's just kind of it. Like, it just runs. Like, there's really no structure to the movie. The actors are just B and C tier actors. Like, oh man, this movie was so weird. There was just random moments of music playing, and then it cuts off really hard out of nowhere into the next scene. It's like, this was just bad. Like, it's just, oof. Like, and you know me, I like shitty adaptations, but because they're fun. Like the Death Note movie on Netflix. Like, I like that one because it's a fun time, even though it's, not good.
That's me with Cowboy Bebop.
I mean, dude, I'm not gonna lie, that Death Note movie was really good, and I mean,
William Dafoe.
Yes, I can say it's shitty to your point, and it's really good in a really shitty way, but to an extent, for a shitty movie, it's pretty good.
It's a good shitty movie.
Yeah,
it's like, it's hard to call it shitty because it is good for not shitty reasons.
Yeah, but this movie, the Raccoon City movie, it's so bad, like you can't even just say like there's some enjoyment. It was just not good. That's really all I have to say, man. And like it really did feel like a YouTube movie.
Back for Blood.
Yo, yeah, you guys been playing Back for Blood?
Yeah, I like the fact that it's crossplay with everything and it's a good time. So maybe if we get back on again, Oscar, we can try to play on Veteran.
Definitely, man. I'm always interested.
Yeah.
I definitely need the supply points.
Oh, man. Like, I just play Act 1 just to grind for the supply points at this point. But I want to play the other acts, too, and just beat them.
Yeah, we definitely owe it to you to try to help you get to the rest of the game, because it's a pretty good game, and the story's pretty good, too. Well, as much as you can, try to pay attention to the story anyway, because it's kind of very fast-paced.
Yeah. Remember that last time we played? And I was just like, alright guys, new plan. Fuck!
But alright, gamers, I think we could go ahead and wrap up here for this week. Again, we'll be back, normal-ish episode next time. And all that good jazz. But in the meantime, Jerry's streaming. I don't even know what he's streaming anymore. Okay. Yeah, he's streaming whatever.
He's nuts.
I'm streaming whatever as well. Late night streams, I'm playing Jump Force. Only because they're shutting the servers and removing the game from PSN and all the other stores in, I think, February. So I'm just grinding to get the online trophies if I ever want to get the plat. So I'm doing that. Other plat runs late at night as well. And I got some indie games I want to play. I need to figure out what next big game I want to play on stream. But yeah, you can catch that at twitch.tv/Negator7. Jerry's at Jerry Omega. And then, of course, email is unversedpodcast@gmail.com. If you have any questions or comments, we'll bring those up on future episodes. And all that good jazz. And again, Webtoon should be back this week. Because, man, there's, again, crazy stuff going on right now. In all the series, pretty much. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for sticking around, even though we haven't been here for a while. But, good to be back. And we will catch y'all later. We're going to end it with one of Bill's songs on his new album. And, of course, link in the description, as always, for that. All right, gamers. Catch y'all later.
Yeah. I'm smoking cigarettes to paint my lungs as black as what's inside me. I'm so lost, so fucking lost. The government tracking couldn't find me. Felt like dying today. Felt like it yesterday too. I pray it don't find me away. All I see is shades of blue. I need some pink, I need some red, I need some orange in between. I need to dump what's in my mind. Don't have the storage of the means. I think I lost it. What? I think I lost it. What? Brain it broke, that my favorite joke. Found my chain to smoke, I lost focus and for what? Watch the lotus turn to dust. When we was something else. And now I'm just a Polaroid. Did it to myself, I'm sorry. Touched the sun to melt my body. Talked to God and felt ungodly echoes through my field at night. Wonder how you feel at night. I reach for space to feel the light. I'm sorry, count your scales